Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome back to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach.
And I'm Pepper.
Today we're back with another tier ranking of some company publisher logos and tier ranking our favorite ones. This will be the second episode of this we've done. We've already had one that we've released. It's had a lot of popular ones in that one, so you can go check that one out if you haven't already to see where we ranked some. And I think I'd mentioned in that one, kind of based on what we do, or hope, well, we know for sure we'll probably do one more after this, and potentially another one after that, depending on if we get a lot of comments about people's favorites that we maybe did not cover. So let us know in the comments below if there are any that you are like, oh, this is obviously the best. But also go check out that other one to see if maybe we've already looked at it.
That
Um,
is true.
but yeah, at the end, I think we will look at kind of the S and A tier ones and maybe do a kind of bracket and find out what our favorite one is.
Yes,
But
this website allows you to do brackets as well, so we might
I might
just
try
have
it.
to do that. But it also sets up these with S tier, S being red. As far as I'm concerned, red means worst. So I always like to switch that, but I was not able to on this one. I did not remember to, so this will not be consistent with the colors of the last video.
Ooh, kind of Christmas going back and forth between green and red. I like it. But yeah, we will start off this one with a Game Brewer.
Game Brewer. And we always start it, we put it up to the S tier. Does it stay there?
I think it, for me, it does.
This is a really good logo.
I
Oh,
really like
it's a
this
great
logo.
one. I wish
It's
we
un
had some games from Game Brewer.
it's unfortunate that I believe they are pretty much going out of business or out of business already potentially. And that might be the case for some of these when we do these logos. I don't know uh, all of these companies for sure. These are just some of them that we found, but some of them we do have
Oh,
games from.
yeah.
But yeah, I think we have Gugong from Game Brewer, so
Yeah.
that's good. But yeah, this one's an all-timer, so it's
Yeah.
unfortunate because this is yeah definitely top tier S tier for me
Mhm.
as well.
Yes. And we move on to. I'm just noticing we have Pegasus Spiel in here. Were they not in the previous video? My goodness, must have saved them twice. May have
Oh
to do
boy,
something about that. But next up, we have Fantasy Flight.
we do.
So, oops. Well, he slotted into the A. He wants to go into the A. He's a very cool logo. I like how they did represent the FF instead of just having it back to back or something like that. They decided to kind of yin yang them uh, in a cool way. It's some cool colors, got some shine to it. It looks three-dimensional, not just some flat Microsoft Paint colors or anything like that. I don't think it's S tier. I think it's at least a B for me, and it could go into the A, just because I do like the
Uh,
icy look. But it
yeah, and
could be B.
this one will tell you it's based on whoever thinks of it the highest. It's kind of how we are putting
Yep.
these most of the time, and I'm not a big fan of this one, so you can put it in the B. I would
Put
probably
it
put
in the
this one
B.
in a C.
Okay, I'll put it in the B. Ooh, Floodgate Games. I might put this in S as well.
I would 100% agree. I really love this logo, and this is Head Holy from them. I think they made Sagrada, which I don't own, but have access to.
Oh, I own
Uh,
it. It's right over there.
oh boy. But yeah, so I don't know if I have currently any games from them, but this one's another amazing logo of one of the games I don't have. And yeah, this one's all timer. Another all
Yes,
timer.
for sure.
Wow.
And their website's great. And then you go in there, and then you kind of scroll down, and it's like the floodgate goes down, or
Oh, yeah.
something cool like that. And I'm like, oh, I just love it when they can make it a special experience just scrolling their website. So, thumbs up to whoever is responsible for that. It ain't the same people responsible for the Advocate Spiel logo, though. No, it's all right. It's not bad actually. I like the AS. They're like pool balls or something, but it can't compete with those
Yeah.
two, and I don't think it's as good as the I always want to say the FJ, but it's FF. It's like a shoe brand, like FJ or
Footjoy,
something.
Footjoy, I think
But Joy, does it look like that? Is it a similar F?
it might be.
I'm gonna look them up, and you decide whether Abacus Spiel goes in C or D.
Yeah, I'm also not the biggest fan. I think it's because Abagus goes so far over.
Oh,
This
yeah.
might look better. I don't know what game this is, if we own one that has this. Uh, it might look better on the game box, but I don't personally know what it looks like on the box. But just looking at it this way, I just don't love that it kind of sticks out like that. But I do like the AS being a little bit different than the other things. I'd probably my immediate thought was D. Uh, but it
Um,
could maybe go in the C, but
just
I'd put it in D for now.
the
Maybe
the,
it makes
sh
its way up.
the shine on the A is the only thing giving it a chance. That little sparkle
Yeah,
about it. It's the only thing giving it a
that's
chance.
true. That's
But yeah,
true.
that is the FJ. So it's pretty much the same exact logo.
They used FootJoy's logo.
Tilted and took a little, turned the J into an F.
Wow.
Ooh, then we got two back-to-back very similar ones. We have Cardboard Alchemy. Oh my goodness, mouse is not working. He really wants to go into A. And we have Daily Magic. I thought these both have two purple potion jars, so they should be ranked similarly. I
You
think
think
I
they should be ranked
prefer,
similarly or ranked at the
or I
same
mean, they
time?
should be ranked at the same time.
Okay, I was going to say I view them very differently from each other in terms of ranking. I guess we will see. How would you rank these two?
I like Daily Magic more.
I agree.
Okay, I mean, I think maybe
Quite a bit more.
the fonts might be cooler on Cardboard Alchemy, but
Yeah,
the central image of the potion, I think I like the much more bright, cartoonish Daily Magic. I would
I
say it
agree.
could even be like two tiers of separation. I would
Uh,
say Daily Magic's probably an A, and Cardboard's between a C and a B. Not really sure where I'd put it.
For me, cardboard is definitely C. I think it's just too
Too
big.
dark.
Yeah, the colors aren't quite there for me. Yeah, and the way that Daily Magic has theirs on there, I think it just works. Shows way more of that kind of potion. I would almost even put that one, be willing to put that one in S. I like
I, I
that one so much.
would I would be willing to as well.
We're gonna leave it an A for now.
We
I know
need something in
the
there.
first time around we did have some
Yeah.
in the A that we moved up and B that we moved up at the end. So
Yes.
we'll see how this plays out.
Next up, we have North Star Games, which I was just looking at. I'm like, it sounds familiar. What did they do? I think Quacks the Quedlinburg either comes with Schmidtspiel or North Star.
Oh,
And
yep.
back then, it was kind of like an outline of just kind of in black, like a bunch of people having a party. They're flailing their arms about, smiling. And then now it is on this like crescent moon boat in the water with a star in the background. I'm like, that's a really nice logo. I do like that a lot. I don't think I've seen this one on any boxes,
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it on any boxes either.
but I'd really like to see it because that's really drawing me in, that logo.
Yeah, I think I'd have to see this one on an actual couple boxes to see what my final thoughts were. Um, but yeah,
I'd say
this
it's at
one,
least an A.
yeah, okay. I was gonna say like a B for me,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I could see it being an A. I think just that kind of white around it, which I don't know if that would be, I don't believe that would
Yeah.
be like on a box if it was on the box, but
Yeah.
um, it's just kind of for me, I think it's keeping it from being kind of more of the top tier, but
Yeah.
I think, yeah, maybe on a box I would think differently.
Yep. And then we have a Good Games Publishing. Got a little swirly dragon in there. It's, it's good. It's a cool logo. Don't know if I've seen this one either.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, just because I haven't seen it on it, I don't know if it's always going to be this black and white, uh,
Yeah.
which I think might hurt it just slightly not having any other color. I guess sometimes
Mhm.
you can get that to work, but yeah, I feel like it's not quite clear enough. It's just a little bit, maybe too much for me. So yeah, I think
But it, mm,
I'd go down to C personally, but if you
I like it
want,
more than Cardboard Alchemy.
I would agree.
So yeah, top of C right now. Ooh, onto a Van Ryder Games. This looks like some sort of enamel pin that you would get with a board game.
It does, or it looks like that. Was it Straight Out of Compton?
Oh, yep, yep.
Uh, it really has that kind of look to it, but I think it'd make a good sticker. Does it make a great logo for boxes and stuff?
I don't know. It might. I have Final Girl over here. It might. I don't know if it takes up too much. I don't ever notice it doing that, but it
Yeah,
seems like it would. Where is that? Oh, it's sitting right over there. I can't see it. But I like it. Looking, I think
I
at
do.
the, I like looking at it here.
Yeah, it does still look pretty good. I'd maybe put this one in B.
I was gonna say B as well. I'll go high B. High B.
I would agree.
Ooh, libelud. Libelud. Liba. Whatever that is. Hmm.
I'm not sure what the
Looks
like
like a
double L thing
yogurt.
is there.
A yogurt brand. That's what I'm getting. You'll play.
That is fair. It does look. It does not necessarily look like a board game brand. I don't hate it. Uh, it's another one that I don't know. It's clean enough for me. It could possibly be a B. It's not my favorite, but I also don't know. I guess I don't know what that's trying to be, that double L, but yeah, it doesn't
Yeah. So
quite
it's
make
like,
me think of. I mean, not that all of these make me think of board games necessarily, so it's not like they have to, but
yeah.
I guess I'm just not quite sure what.
Yeah, I think B is a good place. Again, like it better. Cardboard Alchemy is just going to be the gatekeeper there. I'm like, I like it more than that one. But yeah, it's not one that I'd be like, oh, that's one of my favorite logos or anything like that. But it's kind of
Yeah,
cool out, and then breaks the border. And I assume on a box that they don't have the white background, and they would kind of have that branching out from the kind of oval
I
there.
would think so. Yeah,
So.
I could maybe see how going to the top of C. You can decide.
Yeah, I'd put it between those two,
Yeah.
probably. So, yeah, we'll see.
Sitting next to those other two, I just didn't feel like it
Yeah,
met that.
yeah, I definitely think Van Ryder is a step above it for sure. Ooh, Chip Theory Games. They are known for their production. They got the mats and the dice and the chips. But are they known for their logos? I don't think
I,
I could have told you what their logo was. At least this new version of their logo.
yeah, is it like a ship?
Nice.
Is it like a spaceship flying? I don't know.
I don't know. A spaceship orbiting a chip, a
Or I
pocket
guess something
chip. Is
planet.
that
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
guess I
the
don't know.
I don't know what this is.
I would say this white doesn't do it a lot of favors.
No.
I think it looks better in on the boxes.
Yeah. And did it
I
used to
actually,
be colored, like a colored red chip or something? I think more
oh, I
image
think so.
looking.
I think so. I think this to me looks better than what I'm remembering for that. It's been a while. I
Yeah,
don't
I
remember
think that looked
exactly, but
good.
it was kind of like, yeah, old looking, if I
Yeah.
remember right. Like it looked like a bygone era
Yes.
of logos. Yeah, I like this one quite a bit. I've on multiple occasions went to their website and almost ordered a shirt that has this on it. I
This
have
would be
not
a
pulled the trigger,
this would be a
so
really good shirt.
yeah. But I don't know. Does that count though as a just because I like it on a shirt? Does that make it a good board game logo? I don't know that that's actually the case.
Might make it a bad logo just because it's like it could be anything. It could easily be on a shirt. Maybe makes it not very distinct. And like you showed me this, I wouldn't know what it was if I didn't see the bottom half. I wouldn't be able to make it out. So I
True.
would put this in B, but I mean, are you gonna do you want to put it higher?
I'll let you put it in B. I'll let you put it in
Oh,
B.
he's gonna let me put it in B. Okay, he doesn't want to drop
When
the
when I'm looking
hammer.
at it on its own here, it's not quite as high as I would have thought. but
Yeah,
it is great on a shirt,
it
I
is.
think.
It is. And a hat. Ooh, Space Cowboy. Speaking of spaceships, if that was one, here is another one. That's
That's really good.
that is a really good one. Ooh,
That's an A or
I
S for me for sure.
think so. I think so, and
I think it's S because I think the colors work together. Well, it's
yeah.
weird because I thought the colors didn't work on, what was it? Was it the last one we did, Pepper?
Oh, is it Alley Cat?
Stronghold Games,
Oh,
I think had
Stronghold. Yep.
red and
Yep.
black and had like the same colors, and I didn't like it in that. But I
Mhm.
do like it in this quite a bit.
I'm just putting it on some white background to get the see the whole spaceship here. Okay, yeah, that's I think yep, that's S tier. That is S tier.
Ooh boy.
Boy. Ooh, perplexed. Okay, so this one does it has I think it's the guy who did the tiny games. He did Long Shot, the dice game, and then he does a bunch of very tiny games with like three-letter titles, Dig and
Like something
Huge.
Chris Handy.
Yeah, Chris
Handy.
Handy, yes. And then this is the logo for those.
Hmm.
I'm like for like a mainstream kind of look that it has to it, like Cranium would be from this type of brand. It looks like I really like this logo. This is a really good one.
Not, I don't know that I'd ever seen this slogan when you brought it up. I was like, but now that you're explaining what it's from, and I'm now seeing that die like bounce into that spot
And a
to make
five
the
is an
X.
X.
Actually, that is pretty good. I don't know that I could put it in like a S tier. I think that might be too much for me because it is just kind of there's a way where this looks kind of, I don't know, like mass market y.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it can get away from that though. If I saw this on like one of my Euro games, I think it could still work. Like, and don't know that I'd say that about maybe all things that would be mass markety. So,
Yeah.
where were you thinking you wanted it?
It's like, what more could you do with just the letters there and a die? I'm like, it is it's perfect logo. I'm like I couldn't argue against S, but at the same time it's like could I really put it at S? I'm like this may be the best pure letters that we've seen. It's got every color in there. But I'm like I actually like could argue to S, but like at the same time it's like what are you doing? You can't do that. It's like colorful mass markety, but I mean should that hold it down? I don't know. I would do at least A for sure.
I'll let you. I'll put it in A. I do. Now that I'm looking at it, I like it more than I originally thought. When I saw the 5 and the X, I'm like, oh, that's cute, but that doesn't look good. And then as I look at it more, I'm like, I mean, it's good font for the letters. And then, yeah,
Yeah. The
it
little
wasn't
swoosh.
just, I think because it's the swooshes of that 5 die bouncing in there,
Yeah.
I think that makes the die work because it doesn't just feel like it's still. It
Yeah.
feels like it's in action, which makes it work. I,
Yes.
yeah, I don't know that. Yeah, haven't
I
seen
like it.
something like that
And
before.
it might have an advantage because in this representation, they kind of have the reflection on the bottom. I'm
Yeah,
sure that won't be on a box, but I think that does
that's
help
true.
here. So it's probably got a unfair advantage, but it's earned it. This is quite the achievement by Perplexed. Good job. Ooh, and we just saw them compete. Motor City Machine Guns here. Motor City Game Works. I wouldn't argue if I think you're gonna love this logo. I feel like this is an S tier for you, and I couldn't really argue against it.
I actually thought you might think it was high.
Ooh.
I don't. This does seem like something I would tend to like, or possibly even love, and something about it doesn't get me there. And I don't know if it's the text on the top. It just
Mhm.
makes it a little too much for me. But it is unique. I do like the color scheme that they used. I think it works for that.
Yeah.
I think it could be A.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think an A. I
but
guess
I could
you like.
also put it down to B personally. It's
Ooh.
it's solid, but I don't personally like love it, and I don't know because it's on like the uh Matt Riddle games, right?
Oh, yep, like Three Sisters and yeah.
Yeah, it's on those ones. So I feel like it doesn't quite work on those ones. Like this one
Do
feels, I don't know.
you like
Maybe
this?
if it was on different games.
Makes me think of the Paverson
Oh
logo,
yeah.
kind of with the similar vibe. Which of those do you prefer? Because I prefer this one.
Hmm.
I just think there's a little more detail. I think the words might
That's
help
true.
it in this
You
one.
like the words in it, huh?
I mean,
Uh,
if they were gone, it would be empty space, but then you could make the car bigger, and that might be better.
right. Yeah,
Um,
I think that's if it was that, I would probably prefer this one because
mm,
it still does have the MCG.
yeah,
I think that's why if it didn't have that, maybe I wouldn't mind the words as much. But I think since it has that, I don't think it also needs the words. And
yeah,
then yeah, if the car was just a little bit bigger, then I think it would be pretty close to top tier for me.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I
yeah,
would
they're
put it.
probably actually pretty close now that you say that, and I think that ended up getting into A. I think when we did that the
Thanks.
last one, but
Yeah,
it was in B for a while. So
yeah.
this
We'll
is
put
probably
this.
right around the same spot then.
Yes, we'll put it there. Ooh, Bombix. What is this? What is this? Look.
I was hoping you would be able to tell me, Pepper. It looks like it is something, but I'm not sure what it is. Let us know in the comments below if you know what it is. And because I don't know what it is, I think that hurts it massively for me.
Yeah,
I don't know. It just looks like a weird shape behind Bombex with
it
a
really
couple
is.
colors.
Like it gives me
Kind of
like
looks like Pikachu for a
I
second.
was thinking like a Pokemon thing or that Yu-Gi-Oh guy's hair or something like that. Like what's going on here? Something there it's giving me vibes of. And
Yeah, I don't know.
but Bombix, like I like the letters and the kind of like
Yeah,
wavy.
yeah, it kind of
But
waves
yeah,
down.
the
I
background,
don't.
I don't know what it is, and it's it's scaring me, frankly. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be willing to put that one into D just because I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. It's they didn't use bad colors. I think the colors work. They're nice colors,
I
but I
like
don't.
now I'm seeing like a hat on the top right. Like something leaning back and there's like a hat on there. The darkness with kind of a
I don't know. And then for a second, I thought there was a fox, maybe
oh yeah.
fox head
But
in
then it's
some
got like a
light, but
stem coming down in the bottom. Like is this a leaf?
I
Let's
don't know.
explain your logo, Bobbix. Because if I knew what it was, it could be like genius. We just don't know.
Right? It could go up. Just
Mhm.
can't tell what it is.
But he's there for now. On to Cephalofair. Very small logo in this. Just got to look really close. I'll be right next to the camera. But zoomed in, it's pretty cool logo. Yes. Yes, I'll zoom in for the moment here. It's a horseman holding up like a mace or
Now that you're
something.
zooming in, I like the MCG one better than I did
I
before.
didn't see like the little white lines kind of framing it.
Yeah,
More detail on the car than I
yeah, I
thought.
can see the car a little bit better now. So I might be willing to put that one. It could be higher in the A tier, if not, maybe sneaking.
Does Bombix make sense yet? Nope. Still doesn't make.
Yeah, Cephalofair, that's kind of a cool. I could see that on like a. It makes me think of like Ferrari or something. It makes me think of a
Oh
car
yeah.
logo almost. Um,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
I
I
I
don't
like it.
know.
Like, comparing it to horses, I think I like it more than the Pegasus Spiel.
Yeah,
Just
I maybe
having
put that one
the
in A
rider
tier.
there. I was thinking that as well. I was
I
thinking
don't
maybe.
know if it has this, and maybe if I saw this on a game, I don't know that I've seen it on a.
Yeah, I don't know because I think that's a newer logo. I think it was something similar.
Uh,
But like I don't remember like that yellowness just being on like Gloomhaven or something. I think it was different before.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm not sure, but that looks really cool. Ooh, Feuerland, Fireland, something like that. You're the German speaking one here.
Can't remember if that's fire. I don't know if
This
I ever learned
is
fire.
this is on Arc Nova, right?
Yep. Uh, is it on Arc Nova?
Something's on Arc Nova. Something's bannering at the bottom.
Where was Arc Nova? I
Where
don't
is
know.
Arc Nova?
Oh, you are
Look,
right, Pepper. You are right. It is on the bottom of Arc Nova. But Arc Nova's a huge box, and I can't get it out easily. But
it's
yeah, it is on there.
it's cooler than I thought it was going to be, actually. You got kind of that cracked type of lettering. It might be a little too much detail. I think I would have liked
Yeah.
something
Uh,
more glowy versus crumbly.
When I'm looking at it here, I'd probably put that in C.
Yeah. Okay, so that is a volcano, that A. How
Well,
does
it
it
is
look on the
broken.
box?
I was gonna say I thought this one had capstone. I was right about
Oh.
that.
Mm, It looks pretty good on there if it's got like a
But it
dark
does still
background.
it does have the detail. But yeah, the dark background, I think not having that white around it probably would help a
Yeah.
little.
So you were thinking what for this?
I was still thinking B or C. It's fine.
Mm, Yeah, I'll throw it
I
in.
guess just until now, I did not realize it had kind of that kind of volcanic plate
More
kind
stuff.
of
Yeah.
broken. So I don't know that that actually makes it better. It might actually
Yeah.
make it worse
It
knowing
might
that,
make it
actually.
worse because I always thought of it like ooh, like a glowing, hot type metal looking thing, but
Yeah,
being more rocky. I love the A though. The A is fantastic.
I do like that quite a bit. But yeah,
Mm.
that now that I'm seeing the brokenness, I don't know. Actually, probably hurts it for me a little bit. And I already didn't
It's
like love it. It was very average.
because it's such a long word. If it wasn't as long a word,
That probably is part of it.
it could drop down. I'll keep it there for now. We'll keep it there for now.
Okay.
Ooh, kids table board games.
Ooh, we're gonna get into it here pretty
We're
soon.
gonna get into it soon. Oh boy. It's a good one. It's a nice little depiction of kids playing on a table. Like it's building a whole scene uh
It
in
is.
Logo. It's maybe not very logo-y compared to some of these other ones. Like it's looks more like the age recommendation on the box.
That's true. It's probably not like that exciting what they're doing
Yeah.
there, so it doesn't really. But I would say this one is upper B, lower A for me. I think
Yeah.
it's still pretty clean, pretty solid. It is what it is, kids table board game.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll put it high B. I could put it there for now. I could see it. I think it looks good on the boxes too. I think those are
Hmm.
good colors. Ooh, and then we have what is it? Horrible Guild or Horrible Games, whatever they go by. Tentacle on a shield here. Oh boy, he doesn't like it. Does he hate it? It looks really good on the Railroad Ink boxes. Those
I
artwork
was I
match.
was waiting for you to say you didn't like it. I love this one. This
He
is an S tier.
loves it.
This is an S tier
This
logo
is
for me.
S tier. It's like
This is S tier for me.
it's sketched by pencil, Zach. And he goes,
I don't know. There's something about this I really like.
I like. I do
I like
like
the
it.
shield with the HG, and I like that they use that to kind of break up, instead of just having it be two things of blank white and then the HG on the green. They break it up with that, and it just works for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a very clever way of breaking those into it to not just have it be kind of static, not really like
Yeah.
if that was not there, it would drop easily to a
Oh,
B,
yeah.
not maybe C for me, because it would be very, very blank, or it'd be
Yeah.
boring, I think.
Yeah, that could
It's
be
just
like a D,
HV
I think, even. Um,
potentially. Yeah,
yeah, that is like the most. That tentacle is carrying a lot of weight here.
it is carrying a lot of weight. I will admit that is what does it for me. I think it's just the way that it breaks it still into kind of those quadrants.
Because you can still tell it's four quadrants. It's not covering it up too much, but it's still letting the H and G shine. It is
What were you
pretty,
gonna say? What were you
it
gonna
is
say?
pretty perfect. I mean, it always. I don't want it to be too big, is the thing, and I don't think it is too big on any boxes. Because when I see it, I'm like, oh, that looks good, but like the style, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of the style of art. But I'd probably go at least a B. I don't hate it. B, possibly to A.
I'll let
But
it go down to the A.
I'm okay. No, you love it enough. I'm gonna let it be an S because it is a really cool one. And I think I know it mostly for Railroad Ink, I believe they did. And
Yep.
I think it really looks good on those boxes. So I have only good memories of it. So I will let it be an S since you said this is one of your favorites ever. Where do you rank it in the S of the four we have there currently?
Oh God, those are some good S's. Floodgate is an all-timer. Oh, Game Brewer. I really like Game Brewer though too. Oh man, this is tough.
Is he starting to think maybe this is an S tier potential here?
I think I'd put it above Space Cowboys
Okay.
personally. It'd probably be third, but I mean, between after those two, I mean, those are just great
Those are.
all-timers.
Those are. They are.
I think.
They are. And that's not even judgment like, oh, we love their games, so we love their logos. We don't. We barely have played any of theirs. So, and ooh, here's one that we have played a few from, and they deliver on time most of the time. City of Games, or whatever it's called. So they did Isle of Cats, and I don't think they have the logo on the cover of the games because I did
I
not
don't think so.
recognize this.
I didn't either.
And it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a maze looking thingy. Like enter
Hmm.
here, try to get to the center, I think is what they're going for. I like that. I guess I don't know what else they're trying to do with kind of the depiction above the and below the O.
I think that's the only problem is it's kind of like okay, it's cool, City of Games, but then
Those buildings or what is
yeah,
that?
they kind of have some weird shaping around it, and it's like I can't quite tell what you're trying to do with that.
Yeah.
Um,
So I
so
think
that
it,
hurts it. I would probably put it in a B personally. Makes
yeah.
me think of the which one did we do last time? Mind Clash? Or
No,
no, that's this time. That's coming.
Mind Clash is coming up because I was thinking of that when I saw this. I'm like, oh, Mind Clash is next.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah,
But kind of reminds me of that one a little bit.
I'd say B or C. I'm not sure. You were thinking B?
I mean, yeah, I could see it going down to C. It's unfortunately because of that business, you almost can't even see that it says
Yeah,
COG.
yeah,
You're kind of like, is that an image of something? Or
yeah.
part of me thinks it's almost an umbrella with a little hook
It
on the
does
bottom,
look like an
umbrella on the
umbrella.
top. Maybe that's what it is.
Could be. But yeah, it's a shame because that's a really cool idea. Kind of like you can see the dot there about to enter the maze. Like that's an awesome idea for a logo. And
Hmm.
um,
I think they just needed to make that more like filled in lines versus having
yeah.
extra gaps there. Unless maybe it is supposed to be something like Bombex. Maybe it's supposed to be something.
Are they
Maybe
depicting
we're
the
just
same
not seeing
thing?
it.
It's Bombix and Umbrella. It might be. Oh boy. Ooh. Red Raven Games. The man is known for being able to create games, do all the artwork, write stories, make music. Can he make a good logo though? I think this is a fantastic logo.
Is this one an S tier for you?
Is this a new version? Did it used to be different? Because I feel like I didn't used to like it as much as I'm liking what I'm seeing here.
Hmm. That's weird because I kind of feel the opposite way. Like I'm like I felt like I really like their logo, and
I thought
I
it
thought
felt
not that this is
older.
bad. I would probably still put this in an A, but I thought Red Raven was one that I always thought was maybe like an S tier for me, like an immediate
Yeah.
S tier, but it's not immediately like getting me. It's still very solid. I like the very. It's making me think of what's the writer Edgar Allan Poe kind of because it's
Okay.
got the interesting writing, and I know it's not a Well, no, it is a Raven. I know it's not. I was thinking of the black. It's not the black kind of Raven
A
from
red raven.
the Red Raven. Um,
Yeah, I don't know if it's
not a Raven.
quite S tier. Same a raven.
I actually have a
Um,
shirt of the Red Raven game, so
mm,
uh,
I think the
I
silver
obviously like it
does
enough for a
the
shirt.
silver does a lot for it, I think.
It does.
Oh,
Yeah.
just the
Zoom back
silver
in
and
on it.
red together. I'd put it in A for now. I mean, I could see it bumping up. I'd put it
Yeah,
near the top of A.
yeah, I'd agree.
And we move on to Blue Cocker. That ain't a Cocker Spaniel. Um, why doesn't he have a body? Why does he just have ears? Why is it blank under in between his ears?
The blue cocker is his body. So it's supposed
I
to
don't know.
represent.
Yeah, it kind
I
of
don't.
does. It might. It kind of arches like his back.
Looks like Blue's Clues is what it is.
That's true. This is Son of Blues Clues.
I do like the dog, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if it becomes too big because the words are over here and the head is over here. But I also don't know that it would
If
look
they,
good if the words were directly under it.
if
I
they
think that would
added
look
a
worse.
tail and feet and that was his body, I think this could be a, a great logo.
That's
But
true. If
right
they did it
now,
just right, you'd have to work. You couldn't have someone like me do it
no,
because it'd
just
look
throw it
terrible.
on. But I think that
But
would center it a lot more as well.
that's true.
I think that could make it even better. Maybe there is a version like that. Right now, I'm probably at a B. I think it's good,
I would
but
agree.
I think there is something left out there, left on the table that could have been better.
I like the spot where he put that kind of upper edge of the B.
Yeah. And then we have CGE, which why did I grab the one with the little guy on it? I don't know, but it's usually just those letters on the
I
box.
think they've had the guy on there.
They've had the guy on there sometimes.
I think so.
A little astronaut or monkey or whatever he is. I don't know what he is, but
Yeah, that's what I don't know if it's a monkey or an astronaut. I always wonder that. Uh, yeah, I maybe like it better when it's just CGE, but even then, I don't know that it's my favorite.
I was thinking I might like it better when it's got the guy on it, because otherwise it's
Yeah,
just boring letters.
that's true. True.
Because then I think of other ones, like maybe something else coming up, Rio Grande, where it's just like, where I think of bad, boring logos that take up a lot of the
Bad.
box. That's kind of what I thought of CGE, but now that it's kind of more square with the little guy on there, monkey astronaut, then I like it more. It's not S tier and probably not A tier. I would say it's B or C. I guess what do you compare those
I'd
two?
go in B. Yeah, I'd go in B.
Yeah,
It's still nice, but yeah, just because I don't know if it's a monkey or an astronaut, can't
yeah,
give it the full support.
yeah. Can't do it.
Then
Ooh,
we go into the Suchi, the delicious games, and this
delicious.
one's all timer.
This one's all time for you.
I like this one a lot. I just like what that's doing with that dye there. It just looks like a little like chocolate thing sticking out of the
Ooh,
dessert there,
that's
like
true.
a little wafer kind of thing. And
That's good.
yeah, I like the color. I like the fact that they had that nice pink color for delicious, and then had black and white for the rest of it. It to me,
Okay.
it just works.
It does work, and I really do like pink, and it's amazing they're covering up a lot of the base of the
They
cupcake.
are.
You can still tell it's a cupcake, and it probably helps because it says delicious. Um, but it does work. You're thinking S tier for this one?
I would put this in S tier.
Okay, I'll let you put it in S tier. I don't know if I quite would have put it there. I don't know if it feels like it says games, but I don't know if it feels like board. Something about the pink seems I don't know. It seems naughtier than board games. I don't know what's going on here.
Wow. I maybe I'm just biased because I do tend to like the Suchi Euro games, and
That's true.
that's kind of his company. I could be biased, so maybe I'm thinking too. Maybe it can go in A. Kind of is that level. I
I guess
don't know if it
I
like
mean,
feels
next
all
to Red
time.
Raven Games, I like if
Those just feel like two totally different things, though.
they are.
Red Raven Games sticks out like just a sore thumb on like almost all. If you just go along the line here with Red Raven Games, I don't think you're gonna look at two and be like, yeah, those are comparable.
That's true.
It's kind of
Ooh.
its own. It's kind of its own thing, which yeah, maybe
Yeah.
it should be up in S. I don't know.
I'll let you put that up there. And then I'm gonna put Red Raven Games up there. They're both
Oh, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. The Red Raven seemed unique in the fact that maybe it should be
yeah.
an S.
I'll
But
put that up there. You let me do that. I'll let you put your delicious games up in S tier. And Daily Magic's like, come on, when am I getting up there? You were talking like you'd consider me. Ooh, Elf Creek Games. S tier's getting packed. We pretty soon we won't be able to put them up there to test it out. Does it stay up there? It's a
is it?
cool wavy creek. It's got some good colors, the classic blue orange.
These companies might not want to be up in here because I think I would put Elf Creek up at S tier. Because yeah, I think this one's also going out of business or is out of business. So these other ones that are still in business might not want to be up there with Game Brewer and Elf Creek Games.
Ooh, that's true. They're going out of bit. Oh, dang it. Yeah, it's pretty good. You're saying S tier, it's going in S tier. I would say, yeah, A tier probably, but it's a really
Yeah,
nice one.
yeah, maybe it.
It's kind of like
I've
a
always really liked it, but it probably is more of an A.
like the black border on this one at least. I think it might cut it off. It might be just a little too small actually, but
Yeah,
it's pretty good. It's an A at least. Ooh, Grand Gamers Guild. Is this one? Are they kind of partnered with Burnt Island
I think so.
Games? Burnt Island, one of our favorite logos. If you saw the last episode, I think this is a really good one too. I don't know if I love it, am in love with it as much as that one, but I like it. It's a good logo. I don't
You
think.
zoom in on that. You zoom in on that logo and you tell me you don't love it.
Are you saying that you love this logo? Let's see. Let's put it right in the center. Oh, that's a die right there. That's a little dice right there, pinning that cloak shut. Ooh,
That's
that adds
that's an
to it.
S.
That adds to it. That's S. Okay.
I'm willing to let Delicious Games go down to an A.
He's like,
You
I will
give me that
kill
one as
delicious
S.
games.
The worst part for Delicious Games that it doesn't have going for it is it's got that white background.
Yeah, yeah. That's true. I can't imagine it without that. I would allow Grand Gamers Guild in there. I just don't like it as much as Burnt Island, but it's good.
That's why I saw all these coming up. That's why I was giving that face like, oh gosh, she's not gonna let me do all these horrible Guild Grand Gamer
That's true.
Delicious Games. Had a bunch of them all in a row.
Horrible Guild's looking out of place there.
You think it looks out of place? I think it fits in perfect.
I'm kidding. It looks good. It looks good. And I mean,
Wow, this guy.
is this another S tier here, Eagle Griffin?
You know, in my mind, I used to always think that was an S tier.
You don't think this is S?
And the
Maybe.
more that I've looked at it, then the more whatever, that is D.
E tier, you are joking. You must be joking, sir.
I think it. I've actually gotten to the point where it's probably low B, C tier for me. It's
Ah,
not. It's not actually D tier. Uh,
I mean, when I
Probably like
look at it,
B.
I'm like, that's gold right there, like just the color. It looks very nice.
You like that one? I guess bring up the next one.
I,
Which one of those two do you prefer?
I mean, I wouldn't put. I don't know if I'd put Eagle Griffin. I mean, I could put it in an S, but I'd probably put it in like an A. Knid
Okay.
Games.
I know I used to really like it, but yeah,
It might be a little like wide. Eagle Griffin Games.
I was thinking it was starting to look a little dated.
dated. I don't know if it looks dated. I think it looks good. I think it's
Maybe just for
clean.
me. Just maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it still looks pretty sharp, pretty clean.
Yeah.
Quintet Games, that's a pretty cool logo. How they are kind of putting one letter within the other. I
I
guess,
was just wondering because this one was kind of had that gold look
yeah,
too.
I think I like the gold here a little more, maybe. But then there also is a lot of black on it as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
It's
it's
not
drop.
quite clean.
I think it's a high B for me. It could
Yeah,
sneak into an A, maybe.
yeah, I think that's fair because yeah, it's not quite clean with the yeah
Yeah.
the letter and
They
the
have
extra
some
black.
pattern in the gold background at least too, which I think that's why I like Red Raven a lot too, is that it's not just a plain gray silver background. This
Mm.
isn't just plain gold. It's kind of got some brushing strokes to it in the background, so I really do like that. It makes it feel real, tangible. So it's a
Hmm.
pretty good one.
Yeah,
Uh, I think Van Ryder still tops the. I think Van Ryder still tops the B tier for me.
yeah.
Ooh, and then AEG. This is a big player. I thought maybe we ran through all the big publishers last time, but there's still a lot of good ones.
They
Uh,
definitely are. And yeah, this one is pretty iconic,
yep,
I
yep.
think. And yeah, I don't know that I can argue anything but A or S tier for that one.
I think so. I think it's a minimum AEG. Um, it could be S. I'm like, if you're just talking letter, letter, letter. Nothing else spectacular, like no other images. Obviously, you have the background of it, but like MCG, obviously relying on the car. This one's not. It's just the letters and a background, a little explosion behind it. Oh, it's really solid.
It is really solid for being so simple.
Does that? Then I'm like, I might like Daily Magic more than it. So I'm like, if I put AEG up to S, then Daily Magic might be going up to S as well.
That's true. We can leave them both there for now.
I'll put it in A. I'll put it
See what
in
we
A.
get.
Ooh, Pandasaurus. We actually have two Pandasauruses here because they are so different. So we have the new logo as well as the old logo. I will try to, let's get these over into the center here so we can compare. This is like the closest when I was getting the logo for the old one that I've actually looked at it. And I
Mhm.
didn't know that he's in an egg that looks like a panda, and he's kind of got panda ears, kind of hat on. And actually started to like the old logo a lot more when I look at it closer, where usually I'm like, what is that weird, super detailed brown thing on the corner of the box? Wasn't a very good looking one. But close up it is. So
Hmm.
I'd maybe put that one at a B now because I actually kind of like it.
I actually preferred that one to the new. I was really upset when they went to the new one.
And I think I agree that I do prefer it to the new one now that before I would have preferred the new one.
Hmm.
But looking at it now, and I'm like, there's actually a really good picture in that Pandasaurus. I think I do prefer that. I like the bright orange and the green, but that's
Yeah,
not a Pandasaurus. I guess he's got ears, kind of, but it doesn't tell me Pandasaurus. It's just a dinosaur face. That's all I see.
with a Mickey Mouse here. It's not even a panda, it's a
It
mouse.
doesn't even look like a dinosaur. I don't even know what that is.
What that creature is.
Okay, yeah.
Basilisk.
Where would you slot these? Where would you slot each of them? I'd probably put B for both of them.
Yeah, that's probably where I'd end up with both of them. Um, because yeah, I mean, there's an argument to be made for the old Panda Saurus games one looking a little bit busy.
Yeah.
I, pre I probably looking at them next to each other. I probably do prefer the old one, but I could see how you say the new one fits a little better in modern
Yeah,
times.
it's a better logo, probably.
Hmm.
Just I like what it's depicting in the old one. I think it's a little cuter. than what we have in the new one.
I would agree.
Ooh, more orange. We have blue orange. And where is orange blueberry? That's what I'm looking for. This one, it's. Do the letters bother you? Is it like weirdly long again? Does it have that same problem?
It kind of does. I don't know. This one for me is kind of like a B. It's just like it's there.
Yeah.
It's an interesting blue orange, kind of unique in that way. It's kind of fun, I guess, but yeah, I don't know that it like grabs me. Doesn't have anything about it that grabs me.
It's a cool name. Um, but yeah, it just doesn't really have that much to it. But it's not bad. It's enough. But yeah, I would
Mhm.
say B is probably the perfect tier for it. Ooh, Hans in Gluck. Ooh, talk about shine and gloss. Look at that one.
Do you like that one or the Cephalophere one better? Both riding
Ooh,
wild
that's
animals.
true. That's true. Let's get a comparison of those. They are both riding animals. I don't know. I I really like both of them. I like the shiny Hans im Gluck, but I think I probably like the depiction a lot more on Cephalofair.
I would agree.
Um, I like the blue. I like the blue in there. Ah, I don't know, but the depiction is kind of weird. It's
It
kind of
is.
weird. So does
I think
that
that's what
bring?
hurts it a little bit for me. Just a little strange, especially when I see it right next to one that
Yeah,
is somewhat similar pose, but I highly prefer.
yeah. I'd probably go B,
Yeah,
kind of around blue orange.
I would agree.
Ooh, then we got Mayfair, which I think this is a newer version because it always doesn't look as like brightly blue and yellow as this. I think it's a little more muted on some of the boxes,
Faded kind of.
a little faded. 'Cause this looks kind of like a RuneScape icon or something, kind of computerish. Um, I'm not a fan of this. Uh,
Yeah, it doesn't really do much for me.
I would, I would say C or D. Um, like I could see putting it in D, honestly.
Yeah, I
It could work though. Like the idea could work. Like we've
yeah,
seen shield type of looking
I
things.
think the M is just too boring,
Yeah.
and the colors still don't. I don't think they have enough pop to them to quite get there, but it could. It's definitely the start of something.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like a first draft. So one of these decades they'll get there. Then we have Mind Clash Games. So I put that one. It is very kind of futuristic, computer chippy looking, similar to the City of Games logo. Like you, I guess, yeah, we could put those next together for a little comparison. I like the Anachrony logo a lot, and I think it's kind of got a similar vibe to that. This one's kind of similar to Stonemaier. It's kind of a hollowed out type of lines in the logo in this version.
Hmm.
It's kind of cool to have that. Do they usually have the words, the Mind Clash games on the box?
I'm not sure. I
Because I
don't.
think it would work better without them, maybe. Just as kind of this weird looking QR code cool thing.
Yeah, I don't mind the words as much. I think yeah, just because
Yeah, they're
they
okay, but
kind of they put Mind Clash and then games
that's
versus
true.
having it as one long string. Um,
That's true.
and they're both below it. If you had like Mind Clash and then games with it in the middle,
Oh,
I don't know that that would look as good.
yeah, I think the words, I think they are about the perfect size, each of them, to go below it.
Yeah, I would put this one into B.
Yeah, I would as well. I ain't gonna argue that. I don't think it's any higher, but it's not a bad logo.
Right.
Ooh.
Rio Grande
I had to
games.
say that, didn't I? I had to say bad logo. Well, he starts up here with everyone else. I think it looks actually pretty nice on the white background. I think that might be
It
the
does.
best it's ever looked.
It does look very nice on that. And it's so strange because then you put it on a box, and somehow I don't know if it's the boxes it's getting put on that look old or something about it. It's a usually a pretty large logo on the box
Yeah,
and
it is pretty big.
tends to look old. I don't know.
I think their boxes also, yeah, they're usually long boxes,
Yeah, weird size boxes.
kind of weird, and they're not like glossy boxes. They're kind of gritty, kind of texture boxes, which I think feels older. Plus, they're thinner, which kind of makes me
Oh,
think
yeah.
of old Monopoly type of stuff. So maybe that's all adding up to make it feel old.
Right.
Um,
So maybe it has nothing to do with the logo.
And they just maybe if they always had white behind it like that, or because it's always like on dark areas and there's like no border to the letters, and
Hmm.
it's very dark blue and it's kind of a dark reddish orange, and I just think those just look kind of cold and I,
Yeah, that's true. They never change what it looks like for the whatever box it's
yeah,
on. It's always the same exact. I don't believe I've ever seen it a different, like slightly different color used or anything, just to kind of make it work with the box a little bit better sometimes.
yeah. But on
So,
the white here, I'm like, that's like I could be a B, that could be an A with the on
yeah,
the background.
I
I
would
mean,
put it in B. I think it can go into
I
B.
think
I
it,
think it's still fine.
yeah, it ain't a bad it ain't a bad one. And it's got a nice sun there. Maybe a little too many points on the sun as well.
Yeah.
Just a little too much. I think another one
Yeah.
with a great idea, great concept. Just maybe
Yeah, I wonder
too
if they went back and
prolific.
re-explored the sun a little bit. I wonder if that would do it, because I think that is the one part of it that's just a little
Yeah,
not as modern looking.
yeah,
I think
I
you could
think
keep
so.
the rest of it.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Ooh, speaking of modern, slick games and designs, Lookout games. Um, Most of them have Clemens Franz artwork. I wonder if he did this logo here. Probably not. Um, I always thought, oh, this is not a good logo. I'm like, oh, these are old games. But as I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's a pretty good logo. That's a nice flag. It's a nice. Maybe I had to
Like
look
that it breaks
closer.
out of the
Oh yeah, kind of break.
rectangle a little bit on the edge.
It's good artwork. I mean, that's
It
good
is.
detail on the wood. That's
I think it's A. Maybe even goes up to S. It is pretty solid. They used some good colors. Blue and
yeah.
brown work. That color of brown works. It's a lightish one.
Is the games like in a weird position? It's kind of hard. Like you don't want it too close to the flag, but it almost looks a little too far from it.
I think it's a good spot.
Okay. I mean,
I
that's
think
the
it would
first
look
time
too. I
noticing it.
think
I'm
if
just,
you put it a little closer, I think it would look too close.
yeah,
I think it's
that's
about
true.
right.
It's gonna be. I mean, there's really no way to
Especially
make
since
that
the
perfect.
flag is kind of wavy. It's
Yeah,
not a flat
because yeah, you
thing.
can't match it. That would just be a little ridiculous. So, I do like it quite a bit. I think A is a good one. A is good for it.
Mhm.
Which is another surprise. I always thought, an old logo.
I would agree.
It's
I
really
always
nice.
thought that one would be one that, oh, that's old. But I think just basing it on the look of maybe the actual covers themselves.
Yes. Ooh, next move games, which this is on the Azul games. I think it usually takes up a square on there, at least in the original Azul. And it's always like, why'd you do that? You had a good pattern going on your cover, but it matched enough. I don't know if I'm a big fan of this one. It could be cool with what they're going for, but I don't know if it works for me.
Yeah, I tend to like artwork with this kind of style. I feel like I don't know what kind of artwork this is considered, where it's kind of got kind of those blocky colors, and then I think like, when I think of it, I think of like maybe pictures of cities or something or
Um,
buildings. Um, that's where this kind of looks like, oh, is this like some skyline or something?
yeah.
But it's got like the It's like an N possible and the M.
NM, next move, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, the N and the M, okay.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
then
I kind of get lost in it. Like I'm like, I don't
I'd
really
agree.
see
It
something.
just is kind of because of the way the M is with the blue part that comes out. Yeah, it just kind of isn't quite there. I don't know, but
I
I do like the idea.
felt like it was clear. Like I before I ever analyzed it, I thought it was a clearer logo than it is. Um, I'd put this down in C. It could go down in D, honestly, for me.
I'm gonna save it and see.
Okay, he's gonna save it. Ooh, Plan B games.
Why does this look like Warner Brothers?
It does look like Warner Brothers. What is this supposed to be? Is this supposed to be like something growing on like a stalk or something? Some sort of uh what are those things? Reeds or whatever in the waters. What is this?
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
what
sure
I'm
what
seeing.
it's supposed to be. Well, a B probably.
A bee.
What it's
That's a
supposed
bee.
to be. But yeah, I don't know because otherwise, like a shadow possibly kind of thing. But
Yeah.
maybe it's grapes or something. Yeah, some sort of plant on a vine.
Oh, it is grapes, isn't it? Because they're kind of in like a big bunch like that. If it's kind of
Yeah, maybe.
if it's one big thing on both halves of the stem or whatever.
Oh, yeah, possibly. Yeah,
I could see that being grapes. I don't know what that has to do with Plan B games, but um, it's a cool logo. I do like this one.
yeah. I would put this
Um,
one in
I'd go. I'd
bottom of
go.
A, if not top B.
Yeah, I was thinking high B or low A. It's. I'll put it right next to Quinid, and we'll see if any of them move up eventually. Oh boy, and then we got DLP Games, which is kind of looking like a Days of Wonder type of vibe here. Just kind of a big license plate. I don't know where this is placed on the game box. I don't know what games have this. I know we did a video, like they must have announced some games, and we
What
had
was it? Orleans might have, but
oh
yeah, I don't know if they do the American
yeah,
publishing, so they might do
so
in other countries. So we might just not tend to see this.
that's true. Um,
I don't really like this one.
I
It's a
think
little
that
too boring.
it is very boring. It's all lowercase, just a green with letters, but it does have kind of that top half. It looks like a leaf, kind of. You got that little stem going through it,
Mm.
and the top half is kind of a different shading, but I still think that is probably DLP tier. Oh boy. And is this going to be another bad omen for the S tier? TMG, also RIP. I think that's a great logo.
I like that one too.
Yes, if I zoom in, is there any X? That's still a great logo.
Actually, it makes it even better
It does.
with the little wings coming off of it, kind of thing, almost looking
Yeah,
banners. But
that's a
that's a top. I like that one quite a bit.
that is
That one
good.
can stay
So,
there in S, I think.
how many are out of business here in our top tier here? About half of them. Ooh, Colossal Games, also known as the Panthers, if they were a gorilla. I don't know. It's always been kind of weird. Um,
Yeah, I mean it's a
well,
decent looking kind of gorilla angry thing, but yeah, I don't know that I get like intrigued by it. I don't know that I like get excited about it. Probably because it's just so dark.
yeah.
Um, I mean, I think those are
Mhm.
good colors that they use for
Yep.
that. I don't know that I would have used different colors. I don't think that would have made it any different. Maybe I wonder if it was brown and stuff, tannish, if it would look more appealing. I don't know. Yeah,
Um, God, I would just lose like probably what makes it different though, I think.
yeah,
And maybe it's just because I don't see it that much. What do we have? Western Legends, and that's kind of the only one that we have.
I think so.
I know for a while I was like, well, who makes Western Legends again? It's something blue or something. And it's like, oh, that's right, Colossal Games. They do none of our other games. So it's always felt kind of like an oddball in our
Yeah,
that, but I think it's still good. There's nothing bad about it. So
yeah,
probably
I would agree. I think B is a good spot for it.
Ooh, Game Right. Okay, very mainstream looking thing there. I guess yeah, if we put it next to the Perplexed, I think that sends it tumbling down.
Sends that Joker down. Yeah, I would agree. 'Cause yeah, you look at those two. That's what I would expect. Uh, and
I thought there was like a little more detail in the
I
clown.
thought I thought
Like
it was
not,
too, because I thought this was on like a sneaky good one kind of thing. But
I
and
gotta
I'm looking at it, I'm like,
gotta look at Sushi Go Party quick.
it's not. It's not like bad. Um, I think for me, it still hangs into B tier, lower end. I don't think it
Yeah,
goes
it's the
down
same.
lower than that for me.
Yeah, it's the same. So you're thinking B tier?
I think so.
Yeah, it's still not bad. It's fun looking.
Yeah, I think the colors they used were good.
It does really get across. This is a game company, obviously, with the name and the image.
That is true.
Ooh, Cranio Creations. It's a really cool logo. I like the skull. I haven't really looked closely at it, but um, I do really like that. Let me see this a little closer. It's a pretty good one. That is a pretty good one. I don't know if it's S tier.
I would agree. I've always thought this was an interesting one, and yeah, having kind of that skull and being Cranio, I like the play on there. I don't know. I think it tends to be black and white like it is here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd used colors if that would have made it, or if just the black and white actually is the best way to go about this one.
It might be, but I would like a little pop of color in there, maybe.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I think that's why it would. Yeah, probably for me would be upper B, but
yeah,
I could see it being an A.
kind of
It's
thing.
unique, and I think it works.
Looking at
I
what?
feel like there's a way you could have done this too that would make it be like really off-putting
Oh yeah,
Cranio, like if you're like some skull or something,
like
make it a lot
make it
scarier.
spooky
I
and
think this
yeah,
makes it still approachable, like we still make fun games, even though I think they make heavy euros, so
yeah.
maybe Pepper wants it to scare him away a little
That's
bit
true.
more.
That's true. I want a warning sign, just a stop sign, just put that on. Yeah, I could see that because I was thinking, I'm like, maybe you put some red in there, whatever. And I'm like, no, that would not look good. That'd make it look,
Like blood
well,
squirting out,
yes, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what they could do, but yeah, put some eyeballs on it.
some red eyeballs.
Ooh, Inside Up Games. I don't know if this looks board gamey. Um,
That's
no,
probably fair. I like this one. Something about I don't know, just pretty much being the letters, words, and
yeah,
just adding kind of a little bit of uniqueness to it.
yeah,
I think it works, especially with like inside up and kind of the U is
up,
popped
yeah.
up a little bit. It's just a clean logo. I think this one belongs in that topper tier B, but possibly even A for me. But I could see where you're saying it could just be like some I don't know, some
Yeah,
app game.
yeah, yeah. I could. Yeah, it feels like something that would be animated. Like it swishes onto the screen, the thing flies onto the eye, and the U pops up for something like it should be animated. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Just like Perplexed should be animated. You should see the die move in there.
Some people are gonna hate that we have perplexed up there, and they're gonna be like, "My gosh, you guys have you guys have Mayfair way down at the bottom. You got perplexed in the A. My goodness, what are you guys doing? You're insane."
That's right. We're not your average gamers here. Ooh, on to R&D games. This one has always looked old to me as well. I don't know if it's just the games it's on. Is this on the key games like Key
Hmm.
Power? I think that probably does do it too. Something about the shine of the silver is just old. Like I like the shiny in most things, but I don't know what it is, but it looks old here. This looks like old shiny silver. I don't know why.
I was waiting to see what you'd say with this one because you've been talking about how much you like the shine, and I'm like, okay, I do not like this one very much at all. Let's see what Pepper has
It
to say
get
about
it
this
gets
shine. I
too
think we could be way off.
it gets too dark at the edges, I think. It's too big of an area, maybe. But you got the little chameleon in there. It's kind of cool. I don't know if let's see what he actually looks like here.
He looks like a Charles.
Well, he's got more detail than I thought he did.
Yeah,
And
I like him in there, but
the shine actually looks a little better zoomed in, but yeah, I don't know. It's good ideas, but it does feel dated. So
mhm.
I'd probably my initial reaction was like probably a C, but I could put it up into low B, maybe.
I'd leave it in C.
Okay. Ooh, Hobby World. This one, I think, seen them on a couple games. I think does Sky Team have them on it or not? On
I
the
know they
left,
have Scorpion
they have
Mask.
Scorpion
I'm
Mask,
not
but on
sure.
the left they have something, but it's in red.
Yeah,
I don't
they
know if it's
might.
this or something else.
Furnace has Hobby,
Furnace,
I
furnace.
think, has it. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I
pretty simple.
it's a simple logo, but I like what it's doing. I like uh, kind of the hexes put together with the black and white,
Yeah,
and it's not the words are just the right length so that it's not like a long string of it. They're just the
Mhm.
right length for it to actually look good. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I think 5 letter words is what makes it actually work.
yeah.
Uh, yeah,
I don't think I don't think
I'd
it could crack into. I don't think it could crack into A tier just because of
no,
how basic it is.
no. I think this one would be in B though. But I do for what it is, being pretty simple. I do like this one. I think it's pretty clean.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, Flat Out Games. Okay, so you got a nice die there, blue background.
It's funny. This one makes
Red.
me think of just like some sticker being put on a game, like if it includes dice,
Oh,
we're popping this baby on there. It shows that
okay.
any game includes dice.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna think when I see this logo. Um, I I like the die. I think the die is really nice. Kind of the that it's italicized slanted letters, I think works really well with the kind of teetering dice above it.
Hmm.
I think
I
the
would agree.
two shades of blue are really nice with the white. I
I was gonna
really
say I
don't
think the
have
color
any.
pattern they used there was pretty good.
Yes. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I don't think it goes to another level, like to the S tier. I'd say it's at
I can
least
see it in A.
yeah, I'd say it's at least a solid B. And do you think it sneaks into A?
I think it does sneak into A actually.
Okay, it's a really nice one for sure.
Hmm.
Ooh, Arcane Wonders. Probably should put their old logo on here. But I'm sure we'll make it into a future episode, so stay tuned for that. I know some people, I don't know if people were upset about it, but it seemed like a big logo change.
Hmm.
I like this new one. I like it quite a bit.
I like it as well. I think anytime you use like a blue flame kind of thing, I think most of the time that ends up looking cool.
Yeah, I mean that's
Is there something cool about that?
it's the perfect way. Like a lot of them have like an object in an object or like the shadow within the object and I'm like a flame and a dragon head. I'm like that is the perfect combination for this and it just it's amazing. And I'm like is that S tier? That might be S tier.
I think it might be.
I'm like I didn't think it was gonna be, but I'm looking at it and I'm like that's just perfect. I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is. I
I love that
got a
blue.
couple
That
of the
is
games right there with it, and yeah, I think it is. It does have that black square, so it is
okay.
in a black square on the boxes.
Yeah. If it wasn't in a black square on the boxes, I don't think it would look as good. But also, black squares can be a bit too much to covering up, looking like stickers on there. So, um, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think it
I
works.
don't have as much experience with it, but yeah,
I'd put
yeah,
that
it
in
does.
S.
Okay, it's an S. I'd say better than delicious games, that's for sure. Ooh, Z-Man, the last one for today. What does the Z-Man think of the Z-Man logo?
I think I used to like it more because it was. I don't remember what our first game that we had that was a Z-Man game. Was it?
Carcassonne, maybe?
Could have been. You know, that or Stone Age, maybe.
Oh, Stone Age, yep. Was it as squished as it is in this logo?
I don't know. That's what I was kind of wondering because I feel like I used to like this logo, and now I look at it and I'm like, hmm, it's very thin.
Yeah.
The text on there, so I'm like, I don't know that I love that. It's not
Mhm.
really that exciting. Not doing anything too cool. It's not a font that I love. So yeah, I can see this one going all the way down to like a C for me.
Yeah. I
Maybe maybe even D, which I
I
wouldn't think I would have said.
yeah, I thought I liked it, like you said, on game boxes, which I think that might maybe save it into C because it isn't in a big black square like this. On the boxes, it is usually integrated pretty well. So I think I just want to give it enough credit to bump it up into C. Because right now, looking at the black circle, I would put that in D.
Yeah, I
Uh,
would agree.
yeah, I guess now looking, does Abacus Spiel, does it stay in the D category? Like
I think it does.
I might want to move next move down to D. I'm really not feeling it. I
Hmm.
don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm
It's
probably being
confusing.
lured in by that art, but yeah, I the more I look at it, it's like I don't. I think it's supposed to be an M&M, but it's not even that clear that it is.
I get
So it's just kind of. I feel like they almost could have at this point just left that what's showing the M over on the orange part of it, that blue. If they would have left that off, I think it would have actually looked better without that.
So get rid of what part?
That
The
the
light blue?
blue that makes the M.
Okay, the light blue.
Well, yeah, just on the part of the blue that's on the orange side.
Oh, on the orange. Oh yeah, because it would still make an M, kind of. That could look cool.
I don't know,
I
maybe.
don't know. I don't know, but those are our thoughts on these games. Does anything need to be moved up into S, up into A, anything like that?
To me, Daily Magic and AEG are kind of standing out there in the A as
Yeah.
possibly going up to S.
Yeah, I do think that they are like next to Elf Creek. I do feel like I like them more than that one. Oh boy, S tier is pretty packed here. Um, there's a lot of good ones. I feel like Elf Creek is like bottom of A for me.
I can
There's a
see
lot of
putting
ones. I could. What were you saying?
I could see putting Van Ryder and Plan B up into A.
I do like Plan B, and I like both of those. Oh boy, we're just extending this as far as we're just making all of them too long for us.
Slightly too long.
Um, I think it's
I think that's pretty good,
yeah,
personally.
yeah. I think it's pretty good. Lookout Games just keeps looking at me, and I'm like, oh, that's really good. Like that might be S tier.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at that one too, and I was thinking, I don't know if Pepper's gonna let me put that up there.
You know what? Let's put the flag in there. Let's put the flag, stick it in, end this episode with Lookout Games in S tier.
Wow.
Shocker. You won't believe what makes S tier. I'm an hour into this video.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what we've got. Let us know what we got totally wrong. If we should have moved Lookout Games all the way down to D, in your opinion, be like, no way, that should go to S. But yeah, let us know. Let us know any logos that you really really love, or maybe even really really do not love. So
Okay.
then we can take a look at those and maybe have them in a future video. But yeah, you'll want to subscribe. Go check out our first one of these, and then be able to see the third one because there's going to at least be three. But yeah, depending on what we find, if anyone has any suggestions, we might have a fourth video of this. So yeah. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, subscribe, like the video. But otherwise, we hope to see you on the next one. And as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.